What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another Tea Tuesday, and I'm doing something a little bit different today. Now, you might have heard this term a lot in the past, but it's actually a misnomer. The term herbal tea. Herbal tea is not an incorrect statement in and of itself because there are a lot of them out there that have the actual leaves from the tea plant. Now, that's what tea is. It all comes from a specific type of plant, but herbal being tacked onto there should give you the rest of the story. Herbal actually means that it's coming from a number of different other sources. For example, if you have a lemon tea, well, there's lemon flavoring in there, potentially from an actual lemon, but not from the tea plant. And that's kind of what we're dealing with today. Now, lemon ginger tea bags are what we're working with here. Pyramid tea bags that also have other flavors of lemongrass, ginger, and turmeric. Now, turmeric is one that I actually wanted to highlight here because it is a great thing to have in your diet for anti-inflammatory properties. But the point of this particular Tea Tuesday is that this has no actual leaves from the tea plant itself. This is what an herbal tea looks like, or if you want to get technical, the actual term is tisane. And if you just take a look at the leaves that are inside of this bag, nothing in here actually resembles a tea leaf. These are all little pieces of bark, let's say, or little pieces of the rigidity of the lemongrass. You probably have a little bit of ginger that's actually put into here, and then turmeric is just sort of what this whole thing is peppered with. So while this is steeping, I did want to talk a little bit about vlogmas. Okay, so December was actually an incredibly busy time, not just for me personally, but also for work. And of course, at the end of all of that was supposed to be my girlfriend, Isa Rodriguez, coming to LA from the Philippines. So I was looking forward to that while going through a bunch of different trips that we had in the middle of that month. You saw a lot of it already. We already had Hawaii at the beginning of the month, and that was really awesome to have the holiday season in such a tropical, really warm place like Hawaii, and you're seeing some clips right now. By the way, if you haven't seen the vlogs for any of these, then you should totally head over to the card that I have opening right now, or just head back to the channel so you can see mainly the Maui, the Tech Boys in Maui vlog, where I had a bunch of our tech friends just kind of join us on a little journey across parts of Maui. And I remember getting some comments from other people during that trip that I was trying to vlog every single day, and that was just an incredible endeavor to have. And that's really true. Like right now, when it comes to YouTube, we're in a place where you kind of have to, especially if you're a small channel, basically post every single day if you want to get your watch hours up. And that's exactly what I talked about last week when we talked about the policy changes. Vlogging every day is really tough, and it's hard to have a camera on you, especially one as big as my Panasonic GH5, especially to have one like this on you at all times and just try to get really good looking footage at all times. By the way, if you haven't noticed by now, I do weekly vlogs because I try to do something over the weekend, and on my weekdays I try to keep as busy as possible, not only with work but also with my work on this channel. But if you are going to do some sort of daily vlogging practice or something like that, there are a few things that I would want to impart after doing Vlogmas in particular. Try not to be too hard on yourself. This is always going to be rule number one, no matter what I give to you as advice, that you shouldn't be so hard on yourself if you aren't meeting that goal, especially at the velocity that you're expecting. Yes, that was supposed to be the case with my journey in Vlogmas, but of course that wasn't. Instead, I ended up not doing it a whole lot, and there are actually some vlog footages that I wasn't able to use, especially some stuff in New York where it was magically snowing and I was there with David and Mel. All right, it's going off. You did not see 5 minutes in the time I was talking because I blabbed a little bit. I had to do multiple takes. A lot of vloggers out there try to record their entire lives and they hope to get like a 5 to 10 minute vlog out of everything they did in a day. And then when you don't get everything that you wanted, the first two rules have to come into play. Don't be hard on yourself, but at the same time, try to make the best piece of content you possibly can with what you have. I think it was Peter McKinnon recently who put out a video saying it's okay if you suck. That's actually a really good point. If your piece of content that you're putting out for that day is not the best that you possibly can make, well, maybe you should still put it out, because if you're going to keep yourself from putting out videos on YouTube or whatever your job may be, if you're going to keep yourself from actually putting stuff out there in the creative world just because you yourself are not completely happy with what you have, well, then maybe you're never going to put anything out because you're so in your head that you should remember, like Casey Neistat says, you should never let great get in the way of good enough. It tastes like a Thai soup almost, and that doesn't come as much of a surprise given what the flavor profile is, but if you're looking for a tea that has these flavors in it, well, you're not going to get actual tea in it, at least in my case, but other than that, you have lemongrass, ginger, and what was the last one? Turmeric, and altogether, that's actually kind of a Thai flavor profile. And I can look really closely down here, you have the little specks of turmeric in there, so I'm getting that. The lemongrass is obviously where most of the flavor comes from, and the ginger gives it that tiny bit of spice. But with that turmeric, I know that I have a drink that is still healthy, and in this case is anti-inflammatory. But in any case, I wanted to put a cap on the vlogmas stuff. I did try to do it for a while. I think I got through like 9 different videos, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. I wasn't going to get 25 full days out there, and a lot of people actually don't make the full 25 days. But it did teach me that in order to have a good daily practice, I need to have a few things in mind at all times so that I don't find myself drowning in, let's say, the self-doubt or maybe the self-criticism that you might have when you don't get to put a video out. I remember in Hawaii, David was telling me that it's not that big a deal if I don't have a video out because it's much more important for me to actually get some rest rather than to have restless nights. And in a relaxing place like Hawaii, that is probably the best advice that somebody could give you, because you don't want to just be that one person who's always tired and is bringing everybody down when everyone's out there trying to have a good time in a beautiful place like Hawaii. And that might be the last thing that I'll say here is to always remember that just because you have a camera on you, it doesn't mean that you should be recording literally everything that's going on. Not to mention all those times when you want to be, let's say, private about your life. Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and maybe you might have a Valentine's Day vlog, and that's fine, but maybe you should sort of clear it with your significant other first before you just bring a camera into whatever you're going to end up doing, whether it's a steak dinner or whatever happens after. Vlogmas was in December, and they went from December 1st to December 25th like it usually does, but that doesn't mean that you have to wait for December to come around in order to try being a creative yourself. Get that camera that you have sitting around or that you use only once in a while and try recording more things, even if it's not stuff that, well, you would put into a typical vlog. Just get some footage together, play around, watch my last vlog where I was just at the 7 Magic Mountains in Las Vegas. There really was no story in there, and they usually tell you to have a story when it comes to your vlogs, but in this particular case, I just wanted to play around with my little point and shoot and see if I could get some good looking footage from it, and it helped that my girlfriend was there, so I had a good subject anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and call it on this one. Thank you so much for sticking around, and remember to stick around for gaming videos, potential reviews, and other Tea Tuesdays like this where I just make some tea, get in front of the camera, and while it's steeping, I tell you a few things that are on my mind. So I'm going to leave it at that, something simple, a little bit of a long talk for you, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. And whether it's herbal or not, enjoy your tea, everybody.